Let's cross live to our reporter Malungelo Boy, who is in Marikana as we speak. Malungelo, a very good morning to you, and thanks for joining us. You've been interacting and speaking to the residents of Marikana in the weeks and the days leading up to this day. And a lot of what's been said on the ground is that they feel, the residents of Marikana feels that government doesn't care and that there is no real justice.
That's right. In fact, I think that is going to take center stage even in this commemoration as we mark 7 years into the killing of those 34 mine workers, exactly where we are by the police in 2012 on this day. As you can see, there's already people that have already started to gather here at the Kopi for the commemoration, and most of them really are wearing the T-shirts that are that are written all over them, 7 years yet still no justice. And I think one of the things that will come out strongly in this commemoration event, Mpo, is that people still want to see justice. We've been speaking to the widows of the miners that were killed. We spoke to those who survived the worst incident in post-apartheid South Africa, saying that they want those who killed their husbands. They want those who killed their brothers. They want those who killed their friends and their colleagues prosecuted and then sent to jail. They're saying that it cannot be right that 7 years into the massacre, yet no one has been held accountable. They've gone as far as to say they also want those who gave the instruction that those miners be killed on that day. Those people too must be prosecuted and be sent to jail.
Malungelo, we've also been hearing, as you've interacted with the family members, we've seen how people's lives have changed drastically in the past years. One woman you spoke to really gave a heart-wrenching account of her day-to-day life, saying that her and her husband had plans to build their lives, yet she hasn't been compensated and she's been left out of any possible payment. Talk us through the emotions that have really been hanging over this tragic incident.
I mean, almost every story, Mpo, that you interact with here has something to say about Marikana, how that incident has impacted him or her. And also you can see it in this community. And one resident, in fact, had gone as far as to say, since that incident on the 16th of August in 2012, the area where they're living in, you know, is riddled with crime. And they're saying that before that incident, such incidents really, crime was not as common as it is today. But they've also been telling you how they're battling to explain what happened to their husband, to their children, because their children are also asking, you know, where is Papa? When is Papa coming home? But you're also right. There are also those that are feeling left out, saying that only the families that are recognized are those who lost the relatives on this day in 2012. But also we know that there are also people that lost their lives, you know, before, in days leading to this incident. Those people saying that they also need to be compensated. They also need to be, you know, when it comes to counseling and through the trauma, they also need to get the help that they need so that they can be able to cope with the trauma that they continue to live in and the trauma that they continue to suffer. Everyone, Mpo, here is talking about the trauma. In fact, I spoke to a mine worker who came here for the first time, really, in 7 years since the incident. He's saying that to me. Previously, he had avoided even coming to the Kopi because it just brought so much memories. You can see that some of the people are starting to arrive as we build up really to the commemoration event, which starts at 10 o'clock. Mpo?
We also know, Malungelo, that there's been a lot of criticism laid on President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is unable to attend this event, saying that he's got a SADC situation to attend to. Talk us through what the plans are for today, and perhaps some of the expectations as the agenda will get underway.
Perhaps let's start with the issue of President Cyril Ramaphosa, because I think that's a very important one. Because yesterday I spent some time talking to some residents, actually asking them whether would they want the president to come here? And if he comes here, what exactly do they want him to say? I got a really mixed views on that. Some people saying that, well, the president must come here. He must come as the president of the country and talk to the people of this community and talk to the mine workers. Remember, his name came up in the Falam Commission of Inquiry. There were emails that were read that, he had actually sent saying that this issue, the protest at the time, that it had to be dealt with because it now became an act of criminality. Well, some people still want him to come and explain that. He must come and explain to them. They're also saying that he mustn't talk about reconciliation in other platforms. When he talks about reconciliation, he must come and talk about reconciliation here. And he must field questions from them as the people that were actually being shot at by the police on that day. But at the same time, you have those that are saying that, well, they don't need him here because what had happened on that day actually happened under the ANC government, and the ANC government has not held anyone accountable for that, has not held any accountability for that, saying that until someone has been held accountable for what they call mass murder of their colleagues, well, really, there's no reason why the president must come here. Well, the event, Mpo, is expected to start at 10 o'clock. The program, I saw the program, that one of the people that is expected to address the crowd that is expected to gather here is AMCU chairperson, AMCU president Joseph Matunjwa. I also saw that a representative from Sibanye is expected to also address this gathering. Well, Sibanye is the new owners of Lonmin. They've recently taken over Lonmin, and that means that they take over every responsibility and every commitment that Lonmin had made to the workers and to this community. Okay?
Let's leave it there. Thank you so much, Malungelo Boy, our reporter out at Marikana, and of course, really following a significant day in South African history. We'll continue to take you back and forth to Marikana throughout the course of the day.